We did have a great conversation last week together, and we thought that we should kick it off by just doing really kind of a softball, but if each speaker would first tell us a little bit about yourself, your company, and most importantly, what kind of trends and issues are you seeing in your walk of life that other business leaders should be aware of. So you're all panicking to just see who I'm going to pick first. Jerry?
Okay, I'm Jerry Nugent, as I said, with Knapp Properties. I've been with Knapp Properties 20 years. Before that, practiced law for a number of years here in Des Moines. Knapp Properties was founded almost, 2 years ago next month, or 22 years ago next month. And Knapp Properties succeeded Bill Knapp's interest after he sold Iowa Realty, and he started out managing primarily the Knapp assets and a bunch of partnership assets. And over the last 20 years, we've evolved into a full-service management, brokerage, and development company. Our emphasis is primarily on land development, building management, but primarily in central Iowa. And the question about trends, I think one of the things in commercial real estate that we've been watching a number of years is, the effect of technology. For example, the question was going to be, are office buildings going to be somewhat obsolete if people telecommute from home? And that didn't panel. But the more recent issue is, what is the effect on retailing and shopping malls and retail in general? And we have some real expertise about retail here on the panel, but with internet sales, Amazon's and the like. And so that's a trend I think that continues to bear watching. So the effect of technology is something we're vitally interested in and watching as real estate developers.
Let's just take on. Jackie, what?
Good morning. I'm Jackie Nicholas with Sherman Associates. Sherman Associates is a mixed-use urban developer based in Minneapolis, but we are active primarily in the upper Midwest. We own and manage about 8,000 apartment units and about 1 million square feet of commercial space. And most of that commercial space is associated with our residential developments. My background, I've been with Sherman Associates for about 8 years, and prior to that, I was with the city of Des Moines for 10 years. And I focus primarily in the Iowa market, but do also work in Missouri and Nebraska, and to a certain extent, Southern Illinois. I'd say the trend that we are watching now is the impacts of the recession on the housing market and how it is restructured, where and how people live. It's not just a result of the recession, but also changing demographics. As the population gets older, and as a result of the recession, more people are choosing to rent versus own. And also in larger cities like Chicago and Minneapolis, we're seeing a suburban to urban trend that could also be a result of the recession and or be a result of the aging demographics. So we as residential developers are working to respond to those trends with, of course, trying not to overshoot, which was an issue with the recession.
I'm Rick Alex. I'm the president and CEO of Hubble Realty Company, and we're a 158-year-old company. I've been with it 30 years, so I came in with Phil. I was part of those cranes. He was building downtown Des Moines at the time, building the Hub Tower and the Kaleidoscope at the Hub. As many of you know, we're in all facets of real estate, commercial brokerage, land development, residential, single-family home building, townhomes, apartments, anything but residential brokerage. I'll leave that to Mike Mann. He can handle that on his own. We tried it. We're going to leave it to you. That's a whole other story. Trends for us that we see, obviously for us, downtown has been a big part, and the apartment market. So downtown especially, what we've seen is just a lot of different types and style of housing, from historic rehabs to standard 3-story walk-ups, 4-story walk-ups, infill, brownstone rentals. We're building all of those ourselves, and there's many other players downtown as well, and occupancies are extremely high, in the upper 90s. But it's that way across the whole metro area. Everything we're doing, apartments all seem to be going real strong. It's going to start moderating because last year construction costs went up a lot. I mean, and because of both single family and construction in general, the labor costs inflated double digits, really upper double digits for the labor cost. Product was maybe went up 2, 3, 4%, but the labor side, we just didn't have the labor force. It left the marketplace. That's starting to moderate as prices increase last year, so we'll see that a little bit. But you're going to see still a big trend for downtown and rental housing. We're seeing the bankers, Bill, you and all your brethren are lending money almost at a pace you did before to, I know all the single family homeowners, because we sell lots of them. And you know, when you have builders coming in and buying $1 million worth of lots at a time, somebody's lending them money, okay, to do that. So there's aggressive lending happening in the marketplace. That was different a few years ago, and it's coming back pretty strong. Hopefully, as Bill, as you mentioned, we keep that 20-25% of cost structure in place just to keep that moderated.
Hi, I'm Jake Christensen with Christensen Development. We're a boutique real estate development firm specializing in urban infill and historic redevelopment. We have assets in Omaha, Des Moines, and Iowa City. I think that locally the trend I would look at is in downtown specifically, we have all of the components that will make for an extremely vibrant downtown. Already we have a great downtown, but we have the independent parks that I think once they start to begin a connection between them, that we will have an exponential increase in the actual kind of energy and feeling downtown. Some of those components that I mean are obviously we have 80,000 people who work downtown. We have a wonderful science center, Riverwalk. All of those things are somewhat separate though. And so when some of those great things that we have downtown begin to be connected, then I think we're really going to experience what other metropolitan areas have, which is more of a extremely dynamic downtown. So that's what I'm watching over the coming years.
Good morning. My name is Chris Murray. I'm the president of Denny Oil Company. We're based in Ankeny. Been doing this for about 28 years as an organization. Denny started this company and came out of manufacturing, and for many, many years we operated primarily as a family-owned, operated, and managed our own assets. As we grew and began to manage partnerships, much like Jerry's story, evolved and expanded our services to commercial brokerage, management, and maintaining the development arm. As we look at the marketplace today, I believe as an organization we're looking at value-add opportunities. With all of the development going on in Waukee and Ankeny and Altoona, there are areas of infill, much like downtown Des Moines. Having a strong downtown is critical to our city and region's growth. As Angela said early on, the regional approach and looking at the interconnectivity that Jake talked about downtown is one thing that's extremely important. I saw Tim Mormon in the room earlier, and haven't had a chance to talk to them, but they're really going to be on the cutting edge of development out in Waukee with Alice's Road, the expansion of Ankeny. I know there's some things going on in Altoona as well. So we're really looking at the regional approach that's being taken both by developers and by cities, how TIF and tax the abatement products are being used. So I think that's really going to play a part in our regional development, which will in the end make Central Iowa a stronger place.